In this chapter, you're going to learn new ways of declaring variables in ES6 and how this would affect scope and hoisting. Now, before we dive in, let's have a quick review of the ES5's var declaration, its scope and hoisting. So, in ES5, we used to declare variables using var mainly. We had also consts, but we're going to come back to consts later. So let's declare a variable x and set it to 1. Now our variable x is going to be global scoped because we are declaring it in the global scope outside any function. Now we know that variables were global scoped or function scoped. So if you declare a function add 1, for example, and you declare a variable x inside it, then you know that this variable here is function scoped, unlike the first one, which is global scoped. Now, if you return something like y plus x, and you try add 1 of 3, then you know you're going to get 5, and that's because when you get there and you look for the value of x, first of all you look for the value of x inside the execution context of your function, and that's where you find x equal to 2 right there, and you use the value 2. Now if you create another function add 2 and you don't declare a variable x inside add 2, and you try add 2 of 3, then you're going to get 4. And that's because when you get right there and you look for the value of x inside the execution context of your function add2, you don't find it, then you go to the outer environment of the function or its execution context and you find x in the global scope, and then you use the value 1, and that's why you get 4, which is 3 plus 1. Finally, we know that variables in ES5 were hoisted when you declare them using var. So if you log, for example, a variable z before you declare it, you wouldn't get an error, but you get undefined. And the reason why is because all variables declared using var, they are hoisted at the beginning before the execution of your code. So before your code gets executed, you know that z is going to be hoisted and set to undefined. Now when you get to that line, you haven't set z yet, so you're going to use the value undefined, which was set to when it was hoisted. So no error thanks to hoisting. Now if you log z at the end, you're going to get 1 this time. So this was a quick overview of the var declaration, its scope and hoisting in ES5.